Software is one of the most important things that we need to learn about. Digitalization can change the way a shop is done, but how do we make it exciting on video? Simon and I are trying to work that out, but let's get started with talking crash guard. So important. Let's talk digitalization. I know the audience needs to know about it, so let's do the best we can on excitement levels, right?
Tony, good morning. Nice to see you here
Yes,
today
sir.
at EMO. Digitization is a very important part of the process these days, and as you say, it's maybe not the most exciting subject, but it plays a key role in making sure that we produce parts efficiently and effectively. So we start with Crash Guard Studio and Crash Guard. They're software packages that sit on the machine and on a PC in the office that enable us to program check and make sure that we're not going to have any unnecessary collisions when we push the button for the first time.
Kind of important already.
Correct, and it shortcuts the process. We then go on to Millturn Pro, which is a conversational programming system. Again, this can be based on the machine tool or on a PC, so that we can do offline programming, or we can do it actually on the machine itself.
These two instantly important, and really to understand. I mean, having a machine down, possibly a big crash, not only expensive, but expensive in the downtime, replacement. So this type of software, important, very, very important. Eye control. What is eye control, Simon?
So eye control, this lets us monitor certain tools in the process that we're machining. So we have some long boring bars whereby they're full of different switches and sensors, so we can detect vibrations. We can then change the feeds and speeds automatically depending on what those vibrations are telling us, so we can keep the cutting tool working in its optimum format.
Another brilliant piece of technology, in my opinion, because when we think WFL, a lot of times we're thinking about really big machines, and even a small vibration can destroy a tool quickly, destroy a finish quickly. And when you're grinding, when you're creating gears, all of the components that go into these do all in one setup before it comes off the machine. Software to back it up. What we're talking about with digitalization, so very important. Would you agree?
Absolutely, because when we're 2 meters down a bore in a component, we can't afford to scrap that part. The material costs alone are very expensive, and if we're down to the finishing cuts, we're well on with the process. It needs to be right first time, and therefore all of these sensors and capabilities are there to ensure that we get a good component.
All right, let's slide on over a little bit to my WFL. It's a cockpit, an umbrella. There's components underneath that which are also extremely beneficial. What is my WFL?
So my WFL cockpit is a series of different software packages that enable us to monitor the overall efficiency of the machine, so it can measure spindle run times and what the machine's doing and how effectively it's being used. And then we move from that type of measurement, we move to the environment. So it's now looking at the power consumption, oil consumptions, and making sure that we're not using power and oils and other ancillary equipment that's not required. So then we move to the health check, and this is a process where we can monitor the actual machine tool accuracy during the cycle. So maybe we've finished machining component A, and then we want to move on and make the second part. So we can then just go in and we can check the machine tool to make sure it's still in A1 condition and the accuracies are all perfect, and therefore we can go forwards and make the next component with confidence.
When we think about the health check and some of the other things that sit under or in the cockpit, let's say, one thing that I'd love to highlight, if you have a moment for me, Simon, is the green side of things, because as we travel around the world with MTD CNC, as you travel around the world as well, green is important for different reasons in different places around the world, right? And in the US audience loves to make a little extra money. So if we can save that energy consumption, if we can save that oil, if we're paying attention to how the machine is running, and if it turns itself off or whatever goes into the downtime of the machine to save all of those components. And then in other parts, we are actually doing our very best best to save pieces of the earth and make sure that we're greener and cleaner. And I really like that about that software. So I just wanted to bring that up, just say thank you. And if there's anything else you'd like to dive into for the audience watching right now when it comes over to the full digitalization of the WFL brand, I'd love to take this moment for you to highlight that.
Tony, well, thank you very much indeed. I mean, green is important to WFL and to our customers. And, you know, if they can save power, save oils, make the environment cleaner, they'll also produce components in a more cost-effective manner. Thank you.
Way to bring them both together, way to end out the segment. Thank you all for watching. My buddy Simon. This is Digitalisation. And there might not have been sparks flying, but I hope you paid attention because it is so very important for your shop to take it to the next level. We'll see you all again soon.